Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Pioneer Middle School Center for the Performing Arts. Today we are proud to present Into the Woods. Before we begin, we ask that you take a moment and silence all cell phones, and please refrain from text messaging your neighbor during the performance. So now sit back, and please enjoy tonight's performance of Into the Woods.
Lived a young maiden, a sad young lad, and a childless baker.
More than life, more than anything.
With his wife.
The king is giving a festival. I wish to go to the festival. And the wish my cow gives smell more than anything. I want a child. I wish.
You wish to go to the festival?
The poor girl's mother had died.
You, Cinderella, the festival?
The festival?
The king's festival?
And her father had taken for his new wife, a woman with 2 daughters of her own, all 3 beautiful at face, but vile and black of heart.
What do you mean, little girl?
I wish. It's not for me, it's for my granny in the woods. Just a loaf of bread, please. To bring my poor hungry granny in the woods. Just a loaf of bread, please. Thank you. Into the woods, it's time to go. I hate to leave, I have to go. Into the woods, it's time, and so I must begin my journey. Into the woods and through the trees to where I am expected now. Into the woods to grandmother's house. The light is clear, the light is good. I have no fear, nor no one should. The woods are just trees, the trees are just wood. I sort of hate to ask it, but do you have a basket?
Here, and don't strike me late.
Into the woods to bring some bread to Granny who is sick in bed. Never can tell what lies ahead, for all I know she's already dead. But into the woods, into the woods, into the woods to grandmother's house and home before dark.
Jack, on the other hand, had no grandmother, no father, and his mother. Well, she was not quite beautiful.
I wish my son were not a fool. I wish the house was not a mess. I wish the cow was full of milk. I wish the wool was full of gold. I wish a lot of things.
Listen well, son. Milk and white must be taken to market.
But mother, no, he's the best cow.
She's given us no milk for a week. We've no food, nor money, and no choice but to sell her.
But Milky Way's my best friend in the world.
Look at her. There are bumps on her ducks. There are flies in her eyes. There's a lump on her rump big enough to be a hump. And no one keeps a cow for a friend. Fetch the best price you can. Take no less than 5 pounds. Are you listening to me?
Yes, no more than 5 pounds.
Less than 5. Now go.
Because the baker had lost his mother and father in a baking accident, well, that's at least what he believed. He was eager to start a family of his own and was concerned that all efforts until now had failed.
Who might that be?
It's the witch from next door.
The old enchantress told the couple that she had placed a spell on their house.
What spell?
In the past, when your mother was a child, she developed an unusual appetite. She took one look in my beautiful garden and told your father what she wanted more than anything in the world. Greens, and nothing but greens. Parsley, peppers, cabbages, and celery, asparagus, and watercress, and middleburns, and lettuce. He said, all right. But it wasn't quite, because I caught him in the autumn in my garden one night. He was robbing me, harassing me, rooting for my that your wife went there. And we'll call it square.
I had a brother?
No. But you had a sister.
But the witch refused to tell the baker any more of his sister, not even that her name was Rapunzel.
I thought I had been more than reasonable. But how was I to know what your father had also hidden in his pocket?
What?
Beans! Beans? The special beans! I let him go. I didn't know he stole my beans. I was watching him crawl back over the wall with a bang! Crash! And the lightning flash! And well, that's another story. Never mind. Anyway, at last the big day came for me to make my quit. I don't take away the baby. They shrieked and screeched, but I did. And I did it, which would never be reached. And your father cried and your mother died. And for extra man, right? It was a pleasure. I'm sorry, I'm still not mollified. And I laid a little spell on her. You too, son. And that's your family tree. Always be a bear and wine. So there's no more fuss and there's no more scenes, and my garden thrives. You should see my nectarines, but I'm telling you the same I tell kings and queens. Don't ever, never, ever mess around with my grains, especially the beans.
Then the witch, for purposes of her own, explained how the baker might end the spell.
You wish to have the curse reversed? I'll need a certain potion first. Go to the woods and bring me back 1, the cow as white as milk. 2, the cape as red as blood. 3, the hair as yellow as corn. And 4, the slipper as pure as gold. Bring me these before the chime of midnight in 3 days' time, and you shall have, I guarantee, the child as perfect as child can be. Go to the woods.
Ladies, our carriage waits. Please may I go to the festival? The festival? You'd make us the fools of the festival and more fine tricks. Carriage waiting. We must be gone. Good night, Father. I wish.
Look what I found in Father's hunting jacket.
6 beans!
I wonder if they're the...
Witches' beans! We'll take them with us.
No, you are not to come, and that is final. Now, what am I to return with?
You don't remember? Cow was white as milk, the cake was red as blood, the hair as yellow as corn, slipper as pure as gold.
Cows white as
The
milk,
baker reluctantly set off to meet the enchantress's demands.
clear as gold.
As for Cinderella,
I still wish to go to the festival, but how am I to get to the festival? I know all these and mother's grave, the grave of the hazel tree. Tell her I just want to go to the king's festival. Into the woods without regret, the choice is made, the task is set. Into the woods and not forgetting why I'm on the journey. Into the woods to get my wish, I don't care how the time is now.
Into the woods, the getting close.
Cinderella had planted a branch at the grave of her mother, and she visited there so often and wept so much that her tears had watered it until it had become a handsome tree.
I wish.
What child? Specify. Opportunity is not a lengthy visitor.
I wish.
Do you know what you wish? Are you certain what you wish is what you want? Ask the tree, and you shall wish.
Shiver and quiver, little tree. Silver and gold roll down on me. I want to get my wish. Silence everywhere, Milky Way. Not to my liking. Can't believe I got lost. How do you know my name? No less than 5 pounds, sir.
Beans.
Come on, Milky Way, there's spirits here.
Good day, young lady.
Good day, Mr. Wolf.
Whither away so early?
It's my grandmother's.
And what might be in your basket?
Bread and cookies, so grandmother will have something good to make her strong.
And where might your grandmother live?
Further in the woods, her house stands under 3 large oak trees.
Hello, little girl. What's your rush? You've seen all the flowers. And someone said for hours. Take your
Mother said straight ahead, not to delay or be misled.
slow, little girl. Hark and hush. The bird is singing sweetly. You miss the bird completely. You're traveling so fleetly.
Mother said not to stray, so I suppose a small delay. Gritting my life with fresh bouquet. Goodbye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, little girl. Hello.
Is harm to come to that little girl? In the red cape?
But get the little girl, get the cake. That's the cake. Get it.
How am I supposed to get it?
You go up to the little thing and you take it. Listen to her beautiful music. Get me what I need.
I'll never get that red cape, nor find a golden cow or a yellow slipper. Was it a yellow slipper and a golden cow? What are you doing here now?
The cow is white as milk, the cape is red as blood, the hair is yellow as corn, the slipper as pure as gold.
Go home.
You forgot your scarf.
I said go home. The bells on my house.
I heard something. The cow is white as milk.
Hello there, young lad.
Hello, sir.
What might you be doing with a cow in the middle of the forest?
I was heading toward market, but I seem to have lost my way.
And what are you planning on doing there?
And what are you planning to do there?
Sell my cow, sir, no less than 5 pounds.
5 pounds?
And if you can't fetch that sum, then what are you to do?
I suppose my mother now will have no food to eat.
Beans! We mustn't give up our beans. Well, if you feel we must.
What?
Beans will bring you food, son.
Beans in exchange for my cow.
Oh, these are no ordinary beans. These beans carry magic.
Magic?
Magic that defies description.
How many beans?
6.
Fine, we can't part with all of them. Besides, I'd say they're worth a pound each at the very least.
Could I buy my cow back someday?
Well, possibly.
I guess this is goodbye. Oh, how you've been a perfect friend. I hate to see us part. Oh, how someday I'll buy you back. I'll see you soon again. I hope I never do. It won't be on a plate.
Take the cow and go home.
I was trying to be helpful.
Magic beans, are we going to dispel this curse with deceit?
If you know what you want, then you go and you find it and you get it.
Home.
Do we want a child or not? And you give and you take and you bid and you bargain and you live to be friends.
Will you please go home?
There are rights and wrongs and in between. No one lives when fortune intervenes. And maybe there's really magic. Who knows?
Go home. I'll carry this on my own fashion.
And so the baker continued his search for the cape as red as blood. As for Rapunzel, the witch was careful not to lose its beauty to the outside world, and so hid her within a doorless tower that lay deep within the forest. And when the old enchantress paid a visit, she called forth.
Let down your head, please.
Me to the tower, and I'm sure told the courier to me.
Hello there, little one. Where'd you get that red cape? I so admire it.
My grandmother made it for me.
Is that right? I love a red cloak like that.
You look pretty foolish.
Well, can I take a look at it?
I don't like to be without my cape. Please give it back. Get the little girl and get the cape.
I just want to be certain that you really love that cape. Now, you go to your granny's and make sure no wolf comes your way.
I'd rather a wolf than you any day.
If you know what you need, then you go and you find it and you take it. Do I want a child or not? If you're only what you need them for, what's important is who needs them more. I need that cape.
And so the baker, with newfound determination, went after the cape as red as blood. As for the little girl, she was surprised to see her grandmother's cottage door standing open.
My grandmother, you're looking quite strange. What big eyes you have.
Better to see you.
Grandmother, what big ears you have.
Better to hear you with my dear.
Grandmother, what a terrible big red mouth you have.
The better to eat you in.
With his appetite appeased, the wolf took to bed for a nice long nap.
a mighty snore. Odd, where's the little one? Grandmother? Huh. What is that red cloth you have? I'll get that from you.
My, how dark a thing it was inside that wolf.
Kill the devil! Granny! Silence, child! This evil must be destroyed.
Well, I'll leave you to your tasks then.
Don't you want skins?
You can keep them.
What kind of hunter are you?
I'm a baker!
But he seemed so nice, and he showed me things, many beautiful things that I hadn't thought to explore. They were off my path, so I never had dared. I had been so careful, I never had care, and he made me feel excited, well, excited and scared. When he said, "Come in," with that sickening grin, how could I know what in store? When his teeth were bared, then I really got scared. Well, excited and scared, but he drew me in close and he swallowed me down a dark, slimy path where lie secrets that I never want to know. No things now, many beautiful things that I hadn't known before. Do not put your faith in a cape and a hood. They will not protect you the way that they should. And take extra care with strangers, even flowers have their dangers. And though scary is exciting, nice is different than good. Now I know, don't be scared. Granny's right, just be prepared. Isn't it nice to know a lot? And a little bit not. Mr. Baker, you saved our lives. Here.
Are you certain?
Yeah. Maybe Granny will make me a new one on the skins of that wolf.
Thank you so much.
And so the baker, with the second article in hand, feeling braver and more satisfied than he had ever felt, went back through the woods. As for the lad Jack,
Only a goat would exchange a cow for beans. Mother, no! To bed without supper for you. Ow!
little did they know that the beans would grow into enormous stalks that would stretch into the heavens.
I don't think so, sir. I've never lied to royalty before. I've never anything to royalty before.
Thank you.
What a beautiful gown you're wearing. Were you at the King's Festival?
Yes.
Oh, aren't you the lucky one? If your prince was pursuing me, I certainly wouldn't hide. Tell me about the ball.
It's a very nice ball.
Yes.
And they have far too much food.
No, the prince.
Oh, the prince?
Yes, the prince.
If he knew who I really was.
Oh. Who?
I'm afraid I was rude.
Oh.
Now I'm
How?
being pursued.
Yes.
And I'm not in the mood.
Are you to return to the festival tomorrow week?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Oh. If the prince were pursuing me, I'll pursue me as tomorrow's bride. But it wouldn't give to be in your shoes.
Will you look over there? A giant vine growing next to that little cottage.
I mean,
First, it's like a giant beanstalk rising into
You saved me more money? Keep this and I'll confess some more.
Well, I didn't say that. What are you doing here now?
I see the cake.
Yes, I have the cape. Only 2 items left to locate. 2. I have the cape and the cow.
Here's the cake.
What have you done with the cow?
I'm so sorry. She ran away. I never could show. I've been looking for her all night.
I knew I should have entrusted her to you.
She doesn't easily run away from you.
But she didn't.
I'm sorry I lost the cow.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled. Now, please go back to the village. I will make things right. No more hunting around the woods for strange objects. No more witches and dim-witted boys and hungry little girls. Home!
Ah, there you are, good brother. Father and I have been wondering where you were.
I've been looking all night for her, the beautiful one I danced the evening with.
Where'd you go?
Disappeared.
I too have found a lovely lady. She sits up on a tall tower with no doors or stairs.
And how do you manage a visit?
I say, Rapunzel, let down your hair, and she lowers the longest, most beautiful head of hair, yellow as corn, down to me.
Rapunzel? What kind of name is that? You jest.
She chose your man, a maiden born from a prince. Does that make sense? None of them for us.
Yet one has. Did I abuse her or show her disdain? Why does she run from me? If I shall lose her, how shall I regain the heart she has won from me? And beyond the power of speech, when the one thing you want is the only thing out of your reach. I'm a tower, she sits by the hour, maintaining her care. Life may come in and frequent humming the light-hearted air. And far more painful than yours when you know she was going. If they're only doors. And oh, the torture they teach. Always 10 steps behind, always 10 feet below, and she's just out of reach. Agony, that nappy cut like a knife. I must have her tomorrow.
go up that beanstalk again. Jack! Jack!
Moo! Moo! Who are you?
Why do you have a sack?
Milky White. Where'd you find her?
What's this for?
A boy gave it to me.
Are you trying to buy a child?
Oh, how do you know?
Could you buy a child with gold?
No.
Exactly. You wish you'd be honored. You don't need any money.
Wait, give that back!
I'm here to make amends.
I want you to stay out of this, old man.
I'm here to see your wish be granted.
You caused enough trouble. Now keep out of my path.
Excuse me for this. I'm sorry, I have to. I need to have a child. I know, it's scary. A lot of things are scary. But we can do it together. Okay, I'm gonna pull now. It's okay to laugh. This is a big change in your life. We can do this together because we both need a new change in our life. You need a haircut. And I need a baby. And so I need your hair to get back. And so maybe, like, I don't know, a park here somewhere. Okay, well, sorry, I'm taking your back. Oh, thank you. I'm still here. Oh! Beauty slippers. I see the slippers from here at home.
Yes, they are all you can wish for in beauty.
What have you been given for just one?
One is not likely to do you much good. I must run.
And I need a shoe.
Stop that!
I need to have a child!
That makes no sense!
Where did she go?
Who?
Don't play the fool, woman!
Oh, you mean that bug. She went that way? I was trying to hold her.
I can capture my own damsel, thank you.
You found her! You've the cow.
Yes, I'm the cow. You've the hair?
Yes.
Where'd you find it?
We made it in a tower. I think we're pop top, so I mean, you know, those princesses.
Yeah, I know, right? We've all four.
No, we have like the silver, right? We can't find the silver. I know where the silver is.
Never mind. Well, it's okay. We have one whole day to locate. Surely we can locate it by then.
Me? You let me stay?
Well, perhaps it will take the two of us to get this child.
You've changed. You're daring. You're different in the woods. You're sure. We're sharing. You're taking us through the woods. If you could see your youngness started and much more open-hearted than I used to be.
I thought one was enough, it's not true. It took two of us, you came through. When the journey was rough, it took you. It took two of us. It takes care. It takes patience and fear and despair to change. Do you swear to change? Who can tell if you do? We've changed. We're strangers. I'm meeting you in the woods. Who mind? What dangers? I know I'll get past the woods. And once we're past, let's hope the changes last. Beyond woods, beyond witches and slippers and hoods. Just the two of us beyond lies. Safe at home with our beautiful prize. Just the two of us. It takes trust. It takes just a bit more and we're done. We want more, we had none. We got three. We need one. It takes two.
Stop her! Stop that hen! Oh, Providence, my milky white! And the others! And my hen!
Look at this head just dropped my hand.
A golden egg. I've never seen a golden egg before.
You see, I promised you more than the 5 gold pieces I gave you, sir. Now I'm taking my cow.
Well, I'm not sure that 5 gold pieces would be. I wasn't sure that 5 gold pieces would be enough. But I didn't take the money. You gave it to me.
But you took the 5 gold pieces.
You took 5 gold pieces?
You can have it back. I swear.
It's not my cow.
You
They
can't.
need it though. I'm sorry, but we don't know. There are changes in our lives. They go on.
No, you can't have her.
I love what you did and killed it.
You must go to the village and search for another cow.
2 midnights gone, and the exhausted baker and his wife buried the dead Milky White.
And what do you suppose I used to purchase this cow?
Here, take a beat. Tell them it's magic.
Anyone with a brain as large as this is going to take a beating for that cow, and no one has a brain as large as
Then resign yourself to a childless life.
I feel it best that you go to the cow, as I have met a maiden with a golden slipper this previous years, and I think I might succeed in winning one of her shoes.
Fine. That's simply fine.
Unfortunately for Rapunzel, the witch discovered her affections for the prince before he could spirit her away.
Why didn't you tell me we had a visitor? It was lonely atop that tower. I gave you protection, and yet you disobeyed me. I am no longer a child, and I wish to see the world.
Don't you know will not share you, but I will show you a world you've never seen. No! No!
After having cast out Rapunzel to a remote desert, the witch returned to take the prince. By surprise, as he leapt from the tower, the thorns into which he fell pierced his eyes and blinded him. As for Cinderella, she returned from her final visit to the festival.
Very smart prince. He's a prince who prepares. Knowing this time I'd run from him. He's refuge on the stairs. I was caught unawares. And I thought, well, he cares. This is more than just malice. Better stop and take stock while you're standing here stuck on the steps of the palace. Better run along home and avoid the collision. Even though they don't care, you'll be better off there. There's nothing to choose, so there's nothing to lose. So you tie up your shoes. Then from now on, don't lose. And you now you know what's your decision, which is not to decide. You'll just leave him a clue, for example, a shoe, and then see what he'll do. Now it's he, not you, who's stuck with a shoe, in a stew, in the goo, and you've learned something too, something you never knew, on the steps of the
Don't come any closer to me.
Please, just hear me out.
We have nothing to discuss. You've attacked me once before.
I tapped your shoe. I need it. Here, it's a magic bean for an exchange point.
Magic bean. Nonsense.
Don't do that!
I've already given up one shoe this evening. My feet can't bear to give up another.
I needed to have a child.
That makes no
Does it
sense.
make sense that you're running from a prince? Here, take my shoes and run faster.
Who was that woman?
I don't know, sir.
Mine will cost you your life.
Use the cow!
We vote forward.
Oh, I will get this to the prince. We will search the kingdom tomorrow for the maiden who will fit this shoe.
That's mine.
Give them the slipper.
Rather than this cost my life.
Sir, I have some season on taking the other.
Give them the slipper and all will come to a happy end.
Shut up, you old man. Yes.
Ah! There's a dead giant in my backyard. I heard Dad coming from the beanstalk calling for his axe, and then when he reached the bottom, he began hacking and began hacking at the stalk. So with a crash, the stalk fell and there was no shack. But the milk was crushed by the giant.
Well, if he's been crushed, then there's nothing we can do about that, now is there? I have to get my rest before tomorrow's searches to commence.
Does anyone hear that a giant is falling from the sky? No.
All the objects? Yes! That cow doesn't look as white as milk to me.
Oh, she is. She is. This cow's been covered in flour.
Oh, we did have the cow as well. Honestly, we did.
Then where is she?
She's dead.
That you prefer alive.
Of course I prefer a live cow, so bring me the dead one and I'll bring her back to life.
You can do that.
Now!
There you are, you're where you sit. Shame on you. You stole too much. Quiet. Feed the objects to the cow.
What?
You heard me. Feed them to the cow. Fill this. Wrong ingredients. Get it off the child.
No, we followed your instructions. 1, that cow is as white as milk. 2, the cape was as red as blood. 3, the hair was as yellow, the slipper was as pure as gold. And
Corn, that hair was most certainly as yellow as corn.
I put it from making the towel.
You what? I touched that hair. Don't you understand? I cannot have to touch the ingredients.
The corn.
What?
The silky hair of corn. Pull it from the ear and feed it to the cow. Quickly.
Said better work, old man. For the last stroke of midnight, or your son will be the last of your flesh and blood.
Please, not
Yes, meet your father.
Father, could that be you? I thought you died in a baking accident.
I thought I didn't want to hide from you, but
She's not me.
It's working!
No. Father.
all those repairs.
Father.
And so the mysterious man died, having helped in the curse on his house. As for the baker, there would be no reunion with his father, and he and his wife, bewildered, returned home. The witch, who had been punished with age and ugliness the night her beans had been stolen in a lightning flash, was now returned to her former state of youth and beauty. As for Milky White, after a night of severe indigestion, was reunited with the now wealthy Jack. As for Rapunzel, she lived impoverished in the desert until the day her prince, wandering aimlessly, heard a voice so familiar he went towards it. Rapunzel, overjoyed at seeing him, fell into his arms weeping. 2 of her tears wetted his eyes and restored his vision.
I was going to come fetch you as soon as you learned your lesson. This is who I truly am. Come with me, child, and we will be happy as we once were.
She'll never go, dear.
Let her speak for herself. You're the only family I know. Please, come with me. You leave me no choice.
As is often a way in these tales, in exchange for her youth and beauty, the witch lost her power over others. As for Cinderella's prince, he began his search for the maiden to fit the golden slipper. And when he came to Cinderella's house, Cinderella's stepmother took the slipper into Florinda's room. The girl obeyed and swallowed her pain, and joined the prince to become his bride.
This one is not the right, that's true. Search for the foot that fits.
The prince returned the false bride and asked the other sister to try on the shoe. The girl obeyed and swallowed her pain. But once again, the prince noticed blood trickling from the shoe. And when Cinderella presented herself and tried on the blood-soaked slipper, it fit like a glove.
I see your princess found you.
Yes.
Thank you for the slipper.
And it came to pass that all that seemed wrong was now right. The kingdoms were filled with joy, and those who deserved to were certain to live a long and happy life, ever after.
Ever after.
Journey over, all is mended, and it's not just for today, but tomorrow, and it's